Well, that's a pretty dark piece, isn't it? So, do you want to tell us about how that came together?
Can't remember when it came together. No, it was based on a short idea which was supposed to last 2 minutes, and then it just transpired from that. The original idea was there's a bloke in the mutated man who was like in a shed in the middle of the desert, and then the wanderer came across him and took away the photos, and it was supposed to be done like 2 minutes, but then the more we came there, we saw Victoria Bath's the location. The more my mind started to wander, and I thought I could make this bigger and play with a bit more with the visuals.
Yeah, I recognise Victoria Baths. Yeah. I mean, it's a fantastic place, so many different spaces in there to work with as well.
It's been on TV a few times, I've seen it quite a lot lately. It's used quite a bit.
So, I mean, this is nothing to do with it, but why did you take the photographs? I was trying to work that out. Does it really matter to the story at all?
Why did he take the photographs?
Yeah.
Well, I said the idea of this film is supposed to be ambiguous. People are supposed to take different meanings from it and either understand different parts and whatnot. The idea is hopefully if people want to watch the film again or talk about the film, maybe think about the film, there is a reason why he's taking the photographs, which was the whole idea is that the mutated man is actually escaping into the photographs, hence why he's on the beach, hence why he's with a woman. And the wanderer comes across this intact building and then finds these photographs. And basically that's like the hidden treasure within, you know, so he basically takes that for himself to escape the reality, which is the dystopia now lives in.
So are you from a sci-fi background? Do you like sci-fi?
No, I like any genre really. It's, I mean that sort of genre, the supernatural thriller sort of, I mean it's got many layers, genres. But the sci-fi is first time I tackled sci-fi, and yeah, it wasn't really that sci-fi-esque, I don't think. It was just mainly dystopic.
So I mean, what's the budget for something like that? I mean, it actually looks like a proper film.
Yeah.
Well, it's not like a little sketch of a demo, is it?
Yeah. Well, about £800 in the pack, out of my own pocket.
Wow, that's pretty amazing.
I know. I had a lot of really, really good crew in the end, and I've gained contacts beforehand, and I interviewed a lot of people, made sure I picked the right people beforehand, and we've got a good team together, a good solid team together in the end of it. Yeah.
So have you made many more films before this one?
2 prior I consider as films, but this is the first one I'll submit to film festivals and whatnot. It's not long been completed really, so it's now coming in the year, it's going to start getting submitted.
So has it been shown at any film festivals yet?
Only Hodgepodge, which was the other month, and that's about it. Yeah, so that was its debut. Yeah.
So would you think about expanding this into a longer film?
No, not this one. I think I don't think there's much more you can do with it really. But like I say, I think because the lesson I learned last film I made was called Late Night Barbershop. It was quite. It was supposed to be quite a big narrative, and I condensed it, and it was a bigger challenge I should have taken. So that was about a year and a half ago. I learned a lesson from that. So I tried to make a short that was supposed to be a short, and I think this is supposed to be a short film, and hopefully tell the story of it enough to go off for people.
Yeah, I mean, I think as it is works really well, but I think something like that would definitely work as a longer film, as kind of thing.
I think, well, I mean, if you look at different layers, subplots and whatnot, but I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm not really. I mean, it's done now. It's taken like a year of my life, like 15 minutes, you know. So I'm putting on the back burners. I mean, if it came to it one day that it was considered, then yeah, I'd happily consider it, because I like the story. I think it's quite original as far as originality goes nowadays. But I mean, there's a lot of like dystopia themes, like apocalyptic theme, like sort of games and films and whatnot at the minute. So I mean, that's sort of what inspired as well. And I quite like that genre, just something I need to get on my system and move on now.
I like the way it's very gloomy and very dark.
Yeah.
I mean, did you put any effects on that, or just the way you filmed it?
Yes, a lot of it's been great. I mean, that's actually not the latest version. Some of it's been graded since, mainly the dream scenes. But the actual, that's mainly down to the DP, Ed, is mainly the scenes that was mainly lit was the boiler room scenes with the mutated man. He did really well lighting that, and the whole idea of the handheld camera effects and making it look grim, and basically using natural light, which in Manchester is dim anyway, so we worked pretty well. So yeah, we used what was around us.
Yeah, I like the way it was set. I mean, it's not actually set in Manchester.
Oh no,
but I like the way it did have a kind of a northernness to it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I like to try and keep everything Manchester based, if not north west based, if I can. and like came across Victoria Bass, which I was like, wow, I actually didn't really know about it, to be honest. I'm quite ashamed to say, but when I came across it, I was like, wow, this is where the film used to happen, and we did a recce's, me, Ed, and the production designer, and yeah, we were. I like the fact that I've managed to get a little bit of Manchester heritage into the film without really people knowing about Manchester people, if you like. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it could be anywhere, but it's also.
Yeah.
Okay, is there any questions from the floor?
Is there any particular reason why you chose a dystopian or post-apocalyptic theme? Like,
if you've played the Fallout games, sounds really geeky, but the Fallout game series, I really liked it. I like the idea of that. I mean, this whole idea of isolation, being on your own. Like I said, the idea originally came from this 2-minute idea film I had, and it just transpired from there in my own head, and then it came what it did, and then it ended up having so many subtext to it. But yeah, the dystopia theme was, like I said, it was made of the Fallout series. I'm not gonna lie, that was what inspired me. I really like the idea, and we want to tackle that. So, Sean.
It gives, it feels like it's got a bit more of a deeper message for some
Yeah.
reason because of that.
Yeah, so.
I mean, you've done a great job capturing the darkness there.
Yeah.
I was actually going to ask a very similar question.
Okay.
I was going to ask like where the original inspiration came for the 2-minute film, but
Yeah, there you go. Answered.
I was just going to ask, like, the mutated man, he actually has, like, when he's normal looking as well, very, like, strong features. I was wondering where you discovered that guy.
Yeah, I owe that to the casting director, who I haven't seen since this project. But he was an happy accident, really, Stevie, who played Mutated Man. He's one of the most obscure people you'll ever meet in your life, but he's brilliant, and he has a brilliant facial features for it, and he just stand out, and just his, like I said, I don't think there's much acting involved for him, but no, he's brilliant. I mean, I've struck lucky there. I struck lucky with Adrian as well, who played the Wanderer. I worked with him before on Late Night Barbershop, my last film, and he was fantastic in that, and he's doing quite a bit. He needs to be doing more, in my opinion. I had for the protagonists, them two were really strong. They made the film as well as.
You got some good performances out of them.
Yes, well, I mean, the hard thing was selling it. It wasn't even hard, really, but you're trying to sell it to somebody, say you've got to act and get across a message without dialogue. To me, I think a lot of actors might want to like that challenge. Adrian was keen to work with me again, the Wanderer, which I was so happy for. I mean, that's a privilege and a compliment for myself. And Stevie, luckily he took direction well, and he, I said it did really well. Really, I can't complain.
Okay, anything else? Alright, thanks a lot.
Thanks very much.